Well, hi everybody. Welcome. Sorry I'm a little late. I had some trouble with my computer. They want to turn off the automatic focus. Okay. Well, welcome. It's still working on getting my place all set up today. So I just thought we would do a little workout for the neck and shoulders today. So it's not cold here. I mean, it is cold with snow, but it's damp. So I'm a little chilled. Once I get my gas fireplace fixed up, that'll be good too. So, anyways, we're gonna open up the side meridians here. Let's take a nice deep breath. Go nice and slow. It's so important to open up the side meridians with the cage before you start working your body. You need to get rid of all that tight tension in your shoulders, neck. So we're gonna start here. Well, we're gonna use the lounger today. I'm gonna work on the back of the legs, hamstrings, the glutes. The other things we forget to use because we're sitting or standing all day. And I'm gonna slow this down a bit and drop down. Nice deep breath in. I'm gonna feel the stretch right to the side here. Really open up and reach that arm up. And then open it out. Nice. And take the head. Really stretch out. Open up. Arm forward and backwards. 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, if you can't move that arm all the way around or up, just do what you can. You might feel in your neck and shoulders as you're done. Mine's been tired because I've been painting and cleaning and sleeping in different beds for while we were waiting for the house. So everything gets tight. And slowly come up. And we're going to go to the other side. Now push your hip down when you do. It has a tendency to come up like this. So very gently push the hip down. You're going to get a deeper stretch right in that abdominal region. And all of a sudden you realize how tight you are in your body when you do just lean to the side. You're like all compressed in your rib cage. Okay. So just take time. Now I popped out my shoulder when we started the moving. So I lost some mobility in my shoulder and I'm working to get it back. And it just takes time when you're injured. So just be patient. And the key is to, keep it moving very gently. left and right. Left and right. Stretch on. And then drop it forward and back. You're gonna walk your hands around. Just getting a different stretch in the side of the back. Pay attention to the shoulders. I have a tendency to come up like this. You want to roll them down and push them back down. You want to keep them away from your ears. Deep breath in. Keep your abdominals tight. Drop the hands, shoulders. And now relax the legs, relax your hips. Maybe take a little deeper. And back to 7. And go to the other side. Now, if you can't lean forward and do it, you can also do the same thing, sitting upright. Again, drop the shoulders down and back. And you'll be amazed at how just doing this quick stretch, if you just take time to stretch a little bit, how it opens up your spine. Okay. And then walk back to center. Okay. So we want to get the hips moving on as well. And we're just going to windshield wipers, we're going to drop down and then just very gently switch to the other side. Back and forth. Back up just a little bit. So I have a little more room here. So drop down, go and twist if you want to. But just roll the hip forward. You're going to feel it through the abdominal region as well as across your back. Drop down and switch sides. And deep breath in, sit up nice and tall. And back to center. And now just do the wipers. So just moving the legs. 2. 3. 4. And 5. 6. And last one. Back to the center. Okay. So now I want you to come up. We're just gonna open the hips. So you're just gonna come up. I'm gonna do just a low squat. Okay, if you have trouble holding your weight up on your feet, you can sit on a cushion or yoga block if you need to, like so. And then you're just going to push on your elbows or with your elbows into your knees and very gently open up your hip joints. Okay, take a deep breath in. Close your eyes. Drop your shoulders down. And sit up nice and tall with your spine. Keep your abdominals tight. And just take a couple breaths and just relax. The farther you push out, the more you're going to work on opening your hips. But don't overextend. You don't want to go farther than what's comfortable. So listen to your body. Now, if you don't need the cushion, okay, it's the same thing. And you make sure your feet are flat. You can lift your toes. And that gives you the natural arch in your foot. And then put your toes back down. And that stretches at the bottoms of your feet. So you can use your hands on the ground to support you if you need to. Or you can bring your hands up like this. And if you're kind of wobbly, that's okay too. You can kind of, move forward and backwards. You can also do it in front of the lounger or a chair, couch if you have, and just hold on to it for support if you need to. Deep breath in and out. Keep pushing out with the elbows. Just let everything sink down. Keep your spine nice and tall. Keep your abdominals tight. And just let everything relax. Now I want you to take your right arm and reach around your back as far as you can. And take your left arm and reach back behind. And you're going to grab hold of the hands. Okay? So I will show you from the back. So you are in the squat pose, you reach around, and you reach this one around, and you grab hold. Then you're going to open up your chest. Okay? So from the front, reach around, grab hands. So this arm goes there and there. And then you're going to open up your right shoulder. So just open it up a bit. And that's just going to open up your spine. Now, if you feel like your legs are getting tired, you can feel the muscles working in your legs. So holding your weight like this is strengthening your legs. Okay. If you need support, just put the cushion back underneath you. But try to do it. Try to stay up because that's strengthening your legs. Right now we're going to do the other side. So I'm going to reach around. And I'm going to take this arm and go back. And then I'm going to open up. Core tight. Can really feel my legs burning now. One more breath. And slowly comes up. You can really feel your legs burning here. From here, I'm just going to drop down to the ground. And I want to extend the legs out. Because when you squat like that, the circulation obviously get pinched off in the legs. So just can tap on the ground, get the blood flowing. If you massage underneath the knees or just kind of push under there. And then we're going to stretch out the back of the hamstring. So bring your toes up and down, point to the flex. You're going to feel that in your calves. Pay attention to how your upper body is. Are you slouched over? Are your shoulders rolled forward? Is your spine curved? That's what we're trying to fix. So pay attention to how you're standing during the day. Whenever you catch yourself slumped over like this, looking down at your phone, catch yourself and sit upright. Hold the phone upright. Roll the shoulders down and back and push them down. So point and flex. Let's do the neck while we're doing this. Nice and slow. Really point your toes out. And then very gently, we're just going to walk the hands forward. Again, keeping the shoulders down. So if this is as far as you can go, then just stay here. Keep pointing and flexing. Now, when you start to lean forward, you're going to start to feel in the tops of your feet, it's going to be a little bit tighter. And you can drop down a little bit farther if you can. If you can't, that's okay. Just stay up. The key is to keep those shoulders pushed down your back. You want to stay straight. Keep the legs engaged. So either pointing or flexing. And if you can, reach your toes. Reach your toes. Pull the toes back. Now you're going to feel this in the bottoms of the feet. And it's good, don't overextend, but the bottoms of your feet are connected to your eyes. So if you look up the reflexology chart, you can kind of just massage the toes a little bit right underneath the toes, the ball of the foot right there. So by pulling the toes back, we're stretching that out. Deep breath in, shoulders down and back. Keep the legs engaged. And if you can, slowly come down with each breath. Push the toes down. Stand down if you can. Just remember the shoulders. Drop them down. Keep the legs engaged. Point or flex. And slowly lower down. If you can get to your elbows, great. If not, just, if you're up here, that's okay too. Okay. And then just do what you can here. Breathe. Keep your legs engaged. Shoulders down and back. Spine elongated. Core tight. Deep breath in and relax everything. Move the head from side to side. Now, if you can't do this sitting down, or if it feels like really, really like it's hurting, just bend the knees a little bit and do the same thing. You can also do it standing, and I will show you very quickly how to do standing. So you just come up onto your feet, bend the knees slightly, and just hang like this in your elbow. Shoulders down and back. Don't let them drop down like this. Keep them back. Okay. And then as that gets easier, then put your hands on the ground. Slowly begin to straighten the legs. And then just get a little bit of movement in your legs here. You may bring your arms out and your feet back and press left and right. And relax the neck. And then raise and lower onto your toes. And then push down to your heels. Deep breath in. And then from here we're going to add a little bit of mobility. So from this position, keep your shoulders pushed back. Deep breath in. With each breath, bring your knee forward in the back. Last one. And then lower down. I'm just going to stretch out your arms. And then slowly come up. All right? And should be nice and stretched out, nice and warm there now. Now we're going to lay back. And if you don't have a couch, you can just do this on the floor. You're just gonna lay back. And you can put your feet up onto the couch or chairs. And just, you're gonna squeeze your glutes. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're gonna push up. Hold. Take a breath. And then lower down. Deep breath in. Just allow your back to relax here. Now, you might feel your hips, one feels higher than the other. One side might be tighter than the other. All depends on how you stand during the day and what you do with your body. Okay? So this is a great time to just let everything relax. Deep breaths in and out. Just let all that tension in your hips come out. Deep breath in. And we're going to lift up, bend. And then lower down. And deep breath in. Raise up. Deep breath in. Slowly lower down. And do one more. Raise up. Squeeze your legs. And lower down. Now let's just take a minute, bring the knees in. You're gonna stretch out the back of your hips. This is good to relax your heart, to stretch out your hips. And then from here, you're going to extend your feet up. And if you can't get both of them up, if your hamstrings are too tight, use the couch to modify. And you can take little practice here where you lift and lower. Raise and lower. Now this is a good way to strengthen the lower abdominals as well as stretch out the hamstrings. Okay, and then from here we're going to come back up and very gently just let your legs open to the side. If you can't go all the way down to the ground, which most people can't, I can't. I'm not even halfway there yet. But you're very tight through the inner thighs. So you can support your legs. Okay. Another way is to turn and just use the lounger. And if you have another stool, you can maybe prop up on the other side and just to relax. Pretty soon I'll be doing against the wall, but right now I'm waiting for the HVAC guy to come because it's still blowing out sand. He's coming on Friday. So you just breathe here and just let your legs open. And you're stretching out your inner thighs by doing this. Keep the legs engaged. By that I mean keep the muscles tight. You don't want them to be relaxed because you don't cause injury. Okay? You come back up. And if that's uncomfortable, you can do the same stretch sitting on the floor and just leaning forward. So if you lean forward and it's pulling too much on the inside of your legs, just bring your legs in closer. So it's the same kind of stretch we were doing this morning for the hamstrings. But when you open your legs a little bit, it stretches the inner thighs. Okay. If you can't get all the way down to the ground, you can use the pillow. You just come forward and lean on the pillow. And here you just practice, you just breathe, allow everything to relax. Come down onto the floor. If at any time you're like, ooh, that's pretty tight on my legs. Okay. If they're like, just bring your legs in closer and that will take off that tension from your legs. Now you can put in a little bit of a flow movement, side to side. If you're doing that, just keep the legs tight. You can also sit up and do the movement. Right? You can move down and you can walk your hands over to the side, get a good deep side stretch. Point the toes. Flex the toes. And then walk across to the front. To the other side. Shoulders down and back. And flex the point toes. Okay. If you've got any kind of leg cramps at nighttime, this is gonna help. You gotta stretch out the legs. You've also gotta get the hip joints moving. So we're gonna do some. I'm gonna show you how to do just some basic hip circles. So I'm gonna put a blanket down today. Make sure that your knees are comfortable. Okay. And I'm gonna move this up. Okay. We're gonna just lay down on the back. If you got a yoga strap, just hook it onto your foot and extend your foot upright. You can keep one leg up or you can be straight. And then from here, we're just going to do the circles. You can point the toe, really extend the leg, right? And just take very small circles here. Okay, this is what causes the leg cramps at nighttime. If you've got a big belly, what's happening is it's putting extra weight on your organs and your veins. So they can't work properly. So you have to get that abdominals tighter and stronger. They really point those toes. And reverse. Really small. And then go a little bit bigger if you can. Now, if you've got the strap, this is a great time to use it because it helps you. Let's flex the foot now. So just getting that hip joint moving. And reverse. And then, if you can, reach up, point the toe, and lower the leg down. If you can't, use the strap or a blanket, towel, shirt even, just hold your foot there, just stretching out the hamstring. Keep the leg engaged. And at this point, you can kind of play with your hip and see where you can move it. And we're gonna windshield wiper. Keep the toe flexed or pointed, whichever feels better for you. Or you can go between the two, that works both muscles. When you come over this way, you're gonna feel it more in the back of the hamstring and the calf, right underneath the knee. Careful not to overextend. And then after you've done a few of those, try to lower down to the ground. Open up. Keep this leg on the ground. Keep your hip on the ground. And just let this leg drop to the side. Okay, as far as it can, it doesn't have to go to the ground. You can also use a pillow to prop up underneath you. And then slowly come up. And if you can, drop down to the other side. Keep your hips on the ground. Again, you can put a pillow in the front here if you need, if it's too much to stretch that IT band. But this is the IT band, and that's what gets tight from standing or sitting all the time. If you sit and watch TV all the time, or you're on your feet all the time. So stretching that out is going to help cure that sciatic nerve. Deep breath in. And just relax that hip joint, low back. Let it stretch out. Now you might be able to get to the ground, you might not. If you need a pillow underneath your leg, that's okay. And then come back out. And then we're going to switch sides. So again, you can keep the foot up, or you can put it underneath. I like it flat to the ground because then my hips are straight. But you can do either. And then we're going to really point the toe and start with those little circles. Reverse. And what you're doing here is you're building the strength in your legs. And then after you start to strengthen your legs and your abdominals, it actually works for the abdominals too. Now we're going to go bigger. Eight. And reverse. And once you begin to build your strength in your legs and your abdominals, first of all, you're going to start to feel better. And secondly, you're going to be able to do different stretches because your body's going to start adapting to the mobility. You're going to get more flexible. And that's when your pain goes away. Once your body starts moving again, stand up, point, stretch the hamstring. And it's like a miracle. You're like, oh my God, I'm pain free. Drop your foot down. Again, use a pillow under the leg if it can't go all the way down. You can also look in the opposite direction with your neck and get it. It stretches out your entire body. Take those nice deep breaths and just relax. And then bring the leg up. And we're going to cross it over the body. You might get popping in your back a little bit. But if you can't go all the way, that's all right. Just go you can. T-bands that are really tight can really be sore, so just go slow. Nice deep breathing. Drop it down. Okay, and then come back up. And we're going to bring both legs up. And you can reach up, point your toes. Flex, point. Okay? And now we're just going to drop left and right here. And I'm just going to go to the couch because obviously it's in the way. You can go down to the floor, it's even better. So I'm just going to turn a little bit so you guys can see. If you go up and down to the floor, this is working your lower abdominals without doing anything. You're also getting your hips moving. This resets your hip joints. And then once you're a little bit stronger, you can put your hands underneath your hips. Extend your legs out. Take a deep breath in. Hold your feet together. And as you exhale, lift both feet up. One more. And bring the knees down to your chest. Take your hands up. And just lay here with your hands on your knees. Allow your shoulders to relax. And then drop to the side. It's a great way to stretch out your abdominals and your spine, your legs. Kind of a full body here. Back up and to the other side. And back to center. And then to come up, you just kind of roll up to the other side. Okay? You might get the wild hair look. Okay? And then just to come out of that, to keep your shoulders moving a little bit, I always recommend you work your shoulders every day because this is where we hold all of our tension. All through here, if you're like, you got kids, you're grinding your teeth a lot. So let's just do a little, a little neck and shoulders. We'll do this mobility in the center, just very gently. So what you can do with your hands, can do, keep them fisted if we want. You can keep them open. You can cross them back and forth while you're doing it. Okay. Challenges your brain a little bit to do that one. You can put your hands forward or outside. And just very gently, just a very small movement from side to side. And what that does, it gets your spine moving because we all sit like this. And that's so bad for your back. That's what's making it sore. So you gotta stop doing that. So to stop doing that, you have to tighten your core, which is what we just did with the legs. So you can lay on your bed and lift your legs like that. Try to do it every night, and it's just better than doing crunches. It works the lower part of your abdominals. Okay, so as well as doing the side twisting, and don't forget to breathe while you're doing it because that's important. As you get that moving a little bit, we're going to take it into a deeper stretch. So twist to the right, hand on your knee, other hand behind you, deep breath in, shoulders down and back, sit up nice and tall. And you're going to twist and look over your right shoulder as you exhale. Deep breath in, keep your abdominals tight. And exhale all the air out. Inhale. Really look over your shoulder. And then reach that arm around. And we're going to switch sides. Okay. Then reach the arm around and come back to center. Take a deep breath in, really sit up nice and tall. I'm going to move back just a little bit. And sit with your legs, not tucked under, but just flatten them out a little bit further. If you can't sit like this and you're like this, that's okay too. And then we just want to lean forward. So if you can't bend your knees, you're just gonna lean forward. Keep your shoulders down, roll back and push them down, and you're just elongating your spine. So if you're like this with your legs, and then you're just gonna drop down, reach your arms out as far as you can, and just lower down. You might need a pillow. You can put it right in between your feet and be up on that. That's okay. If you can't sit with your legs like this, you're going to lean forward. And you're going to feel that in that right through that glute area and the IT band. And here you can very gently move from side to side just to deepen that stretch. Extend your arms out, lower down. Relax your hips. And then slowly come up. And then you want to do the same thing, but switch which leg is in front. Okay, same thing, and forward. And it takes time to get down to the floor because that IT band gets really tight, and it's all in mind control. You have to allow your hips to relax. Okay, nice and slow here. Relax the hips. Deep breath in. And slowly come up. Okay. To deepen this stretch, we're gonna. I know you guys are like, oh my god, deeper. Gonna bring the knee right in front, and you're gonna take the right leg and stack it on top of the knee. Bring the feet so that they are flexed. Knees are stacked. I'll show you from the front. Okay, so your knees are stacked. Okay. And from here, you're going to do the same thing. Going to slowly come forward. Now this is a very intense stretch, but it stretches out that IT band. So just go slow with it. Again, use a pillow if you need to, just to calm down. It's hard even for me, so don't feel like you can't do it. Just go slow with it. You might not be able to get down the first couple times. That's okay. Just every time you practice, you will get more flexible. Okay, lower down. Then relax your hips. This is very tight here, so don't like go it's tight. This is where you want to go. Okay, I'm gonna relax. Breathe in. Relax the leg. Relax the shoulders. And slowly come up. And then to untangle, we're gonna windshield wiper just to get the hips going a little bit. And then you wanna do the same on the other side. So right leg comes, left leg over top. Feet are flexed. Sit up nice and tall. And then slowly come forward. So next class, I'm going to bring out my yoga wheel. I'm going to practice stretching out this spine in the backwards slow camel. If you have a yoga wheel, bring it to class. If you don't have a yoga ball, if you have a yoga ball, bring that. And you can also bring yoga blocks. I'll show you how to do with the blocks. If you don't have any of those, if you can't invest in it, then just bring a bunch of pillows so you can, stack up. That's kind of does the same thing. Come on. It sounds like there's a mouse in the kitchen. And then unravel in this windshield wiper. Right. I want to make sure you guys are drinking lots of water after your practice. Be sure to get a glass of water and drink. You should be drinking about 3 cups of water at least a day. Very good for if you have a lot of pain in your body. A lot of people are dehydrated because they don't drink enough water. If you don't like the taste of water, you can put squeeze a lemon in it. You can put a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in the water. That's going to help cure it's going to kill the bacteria that's in your stomach. So things that you're craving, like pay attention to what you're craving. If you're craving cheese or sugar, dairy products, cheese and dairy actually slows down your intestines. So if you're going to eat it, make sure you eat it with fiber. You can put a teaspoon of coconut oil in your water, cold pressed coconut oil, and it melts. So you drink that. That will help you, flush out your system a little bit. And that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys are stretching and um, taking time to heal your body. You can leave in your comments if you got any questions or anything like that. And after you stretch like that, your body's gonna feel so much better. I already feel better. My hips. And then just make it practice doing daily. That's today. Today is Tuesday. No, yeah, Tuesday. So I'll see you guys on Saturday. Thanks for joining me. And keep stretching even on the days that I'm not online. I'll see you next Saturday. I'll see you on Saturday.